Today we're going to talk about the most important question that the Illuvium community is asking right now. And I'm not going to dilly-dally too long here and steal your time. We're going to jump right into it. The question comes from Magnat right here. And he's saying the most important question of all is, when will we get rid of these bugs and these freaking crashes every third game? We're dealing with these crashes since months and there is no end in sight. Nobody's talking about it, but this is the biggest problem for Illuvium at the moment. I don't know where the problem is. Some say it's a server issue, but I also have, next to freezing, regular crashes. I've put a lot of patience in the game already, but at some point it will be too much for my nerves. So this is a very, very good question, and I want to address this on multiple levels. So first of all, where was this question asked? It was in the upcoming AMA with Aaron, submit your questions here, thread in the feedback ideas channel in the Illuvium Discord. So I have an AMA with Aaron Warwick and it's gonna be great. I'm really looking forward to it. Right now we have set the AMA to be happening end of next week. So that would be around the end of the month. So 30, 31, maybe first it will come out on my YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe to stay up to date for that. And also if you have any questions for Aaron, come into the Discord and ask him right here. You still have a week time. But in a few days, I will go through those and finalize the questions for him. So we can see right here, Aaron himself actually jumped into the conversation and wanted to answer this question before the AMA because he realized this is a pressing question that needs to be answered right now. So let's go through his answer. There was a challenge with our engine that caused us to spend a lot of time fixing these bugs. We made the call to drop work on it and instead fix the engine so it doesn't happen anymore. So they're not just putting a band-aid and fixing the problems one by one. They're trying to address the underlying problem, which comes from the engine, fix that, and then with that, hopefully solve all the bugs. So I mentioned this a while back, but I guess a lot of people haven't seen that communication. We did try to mitigate it and have spent some resources on making the current experience acceptable, but it seems there is just a lot that we didn't catch. So they still updated and gave us some bug fixes, but yeah, overall there is still too much and it's way too unstable right now. I totally agree with Magnat right here and most of the players would. In any case, with the new update, the whole thing will be fixed, plus a lot of new features. Nearly the entire team is working on it right now. So the entire team, everything has moved towards Gauntlet, towards finishing and polishing Gauntlet game mode, so we can start marketing. And we can start the PvP rewards, the leaderboard rewards, the big tournaments, and all of that stuff. So first of all, really cool from Aaron to jump in here and answer this question and give a lot of peace of mind for the players and for the community. I have a few problems with the whole thing though. First of all, it was communicated before, so I had that kind of in the back of my mind, but I didn't even realize that it was probably communicated by Aaron in some Illuvium Overworld sub-channel or in some Illuvium Arena sub-channel right here. It wasn't communicated through an official announcement. And this is, I think, the underlying issue of Illuvium right now. We have poor communication. Because if Magnat was asking this, then there is probably 200 people in the community that have been asking themselves the same thing. Why is there so many crashes? Why is there so many critical bugs? And why is Illuvium not fixing it? And why is nobody talking about it? Like, hey, we're working on it, we know this problem, blah, blah, blah. There has been some communication around it, like with Aaron in the channel, and also the mods probably, like said, they're working on it and so on. But what we need is consistent updates for anything that a player might be thinking. And I don't like how it has become very PR driven. So it used to be the complete other side, right? We had leaks and just Grant and Kieran just throwing out information that they shouldn't have been leaking and stuff like this, and they got in trouble, and the whole approach to it shifted where everything is completely tight, closed internally, and nothing is being put out until there is like a super high level announcement ready for it. We can check out the announcements right here and see the last few announcements. So maybe we need a second announcement channel. Maybe we need to reactivate the leaks channel and do something similar where we have like consistent updates for people, what is being worked on and what the current problems are, the current challenges. Just not be so nitpicky what you communicate to the community and just let them in, because they have been inside the development process and close to the team since the beginning. And if you want to do that, you also need to have strong communication, I think. So one way in the right direction that we see is right here from Rich, the announcement, which announces all the upcoming tournaments, which is really cool. So us at Phantom, we're going to host our Gauntlet Clash number 7. The qualifiers will be 1st to 7th February. And on the 8th of February, we're going to have our finals at 8 a.m. UTC. I'm going to be streaming it live here on the platform. So the qualifier rules here are something very special, and we're going to try it out. So the top 8 players from the qualifier leaderboard, similar like we did it in the last tournament, you post 1 screenshot a day, not 2 this time. And then the top 8 from the qualifier leaderboard go straight into semifinals, into the top 16. And then for the other 16 spots, we have a sign up through communitygaming.io. So if you don't want to spend the week grinding for the leaderboard, if you don't think you can be top 8 in the leaderboard, you just sign up through Community Gaming. And yeah, if you don't have time for it or whatever it is, just sign up there. And if you want to jump straight into the semifinals, already win basically the quarterfinals through your qualification, through your qualifiers, do it that. But yeah, we're going to talk about that another time. And we also see the Gauntlet Riders tournament, the Wildfire Inferno right here, and also the Daydream tournament. And this is going to be a weekly post now from Rich. So this is really cool. This is what I mean. Not so high level announcement. Just let us know what's going on and spam us with announcements. I think everybody in the community would agree to have more announcements. Like if you ask them, hey, do you want to have 10 announcements a week? Maybe 1 or 2 need to be updated later on, as they were not completely future-proof and are not correct anymore next week. Or do you want 2 announcements per week and all of them are going to be PR-proofed and are going to be perfect and nothing, and then you're still going to have some mistake? I'm sure the whole community will agree. Just spam us with notifications, and worst case, just revoke them and tell us, oh, this old announcement wasn't right, and just keep us updated, you know? We have a balance patch, obviously those are the announcements. Then we have a burn report, we have a patch, and now we are already almost a month behind, right? And then we have the virtuals announcement. So basically whatever is happening on Twitter and on the YouTube channels comes in here into the announcement. Like right now, the team is handling the announcement channel like it's a social media account. Like we're just posting like the big marketing stuff and the big things. So we have the G-Shock promo sale, we have the virtuals, and the other G-Shock announcements, and then we have 3 arena patches, 1, 2, 3, a burn report, and then finally something more that we can latch onto with the weekly tournaments. But all I'm saying, Illuvium, is if you would have put an announcement in here months ago when you already know that the code is being refactored, we're going towards a multiplayer server, towards a different engine, where all of these bugs, all of these crashes that are happening right now are going to be fixed. If you put out an announcement a month ago, 2 months ago, whenever you knew it, the community would be so much happier. Because Magnat finally asked the question, and finally we have another answer from Aaron, but we need this stuff to be visible for everybody. Because I'm very sure there is still hundreds of people that didn't watch my video, that didn't see this in Discord, who are asking themselves, man, how is this game so unstable? How is it crashing all the time, has this critical bugs? Since months, nothing has changed in that regard, or very little at least. And if they just knew that the whole big update for new engine, multiplayer servers, all of that will fix most of them at once, that's why the team is focusing on that right now, instead of fixing singular bugs one at a time, then they would be so much happier just to wait for that big update, and the whole sentiment would go up. And this is just one example. If you do that with all the stuff that is happening, with, I don't know what it is, like the skins. We didn't have a lot of announcement about the skin minting and the issues with it, or the good stuff about it, and the changes. And when there is IAPs that go through about whatever it is and might be that is changing in Illuvium that needs to be changed, all the difficulties and all of that stuff. We don't need a blog post every 6 months where we talk about the difficulties that we had in the last 6 months. We need an announcement every few days. What is happening? What can you expect? What are we doing? What's going on, you know? Give people some peace of mind and just strengthen our communication. And I think we had these problems forever now. Like, first we had the leaks channel, everything was leaked. Then we swapped over to like monthly highlight reels. It was kind of a middle ground. And then we didn't do the dev updates anymore. We didn't do the monthly highlights anymore. So basically there's no overall like consistent communication right now. Plus we're not announcing anything that is actually happening. I can still think back where the capture rates were changed in the overworld. And nobody said anything about it from the team. Like this was a major change. And then from the shards that was changed. And then the spawn rate, the encounter rate of stage 3 Illuvias got changed and all of that stuff. And it was never announced. This is, I know Illuvium is not doing it to be shady, but you cannot do silent changes that impact everybody so hardcore in the back. And then at the other side of the spectrum, don't even update people on what you're working on and they don't need to worry about the bugs and crashes because in Q2 next year, it's going to be all fixed at one go. Anyway, I've been ranting now for way too long. I just wanted to show you Aaron's message right here. Let you know that I have an AMA with him. So if you have any questions for Aaron, submit it in the Discord. I hope Illuvium is going to increase their communication. That's one of the main things we are constantly pushing at the council level. Every week we're trying to improve communication because we know this can fix so many problems without actually doing any. You don't have to implement anything in the game. You don't have to develop anything. You just have to communicate better and it's gonna increase the sentiment. It's gonna help the project overall so much. So really hope Illuvium gets back to its roots and starts involving the community better in things that they're doing, in things they could be interested in, and most importantly, in things that impact them and in things that can give them peace of mind and can help them wait for those big features by just letting them know they're coming. That's it. That's all. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.